The downside to it that I see, and somebody made this observation when they were talking about the after effects of taking out, the leadership of Iran. It's like you're not going to get rid of that idea in terms of the regime that runs it now. It's like no matter how many people they kill, it's still going to be a regime there to take control over no sooner the United States leave. So to me, that would be an issue. And it's no different from when the United States went into Afghanistan and Iraq and
that's what I was just thinking.
yeah, so it's like when they went in there, yeah, they wiped out, Gaddafi and they wiped out Saddam Hussein and got rid of them. But, look what happened in the vacuum. They was like, it's way worse now than it was before the United States came and intervened. So even though you have the Iranian people that are celebrating, yeah, they've been, ass whooped for the last 47 years. If you go back and look at that history, it's like, yeah, they got their ass whooped for 47 years, but what's going to happen now? It's like, yeah, there's a celebration. Dude is out, but who's going to take control over that? How do you now establish a democracy for the people to come in and take charge? And what does that look like in terms of them voting somebody in? And how long will that take? And I think that will dictate the length of this war and how long we be paying these fucked up gas prices. Because until they make a decision and then those people come to an agreement and say, after all the bullshit's done and the bombs are dropping, dude, how long is that going to take for you to appoint somebody to be like, hey, this is going to be our new representative of Iran and he's going to play fair with everybody. So until that happens, it's like, yeah, shit, unless you do something real slick and you be like, oh, well, we'll just take care over oil production and the cost rate, which they did in, Little Bush did in 2003. He did do that shit. They went and took over the oil fields along with the poppy fields, but they went over there and regulated.
Gotta get that coke.
Huh?
Yeah. They gotta get that coke.
Man, hey, dude, shit. Motherfucking the opium addiction ain't over yet. Yeah.
No, I ain't going over. Which, man, messing on that fentanyl, it might.
That's a $1 billion market, and
yeah, they ain't about to
give us our cut. We are going to be good.
But yeah, I don't know, and it's weird because I just keep seeing, how much, how much Israel is like embedded into our government and our corporations and shit. And it just seems it's odd. And it's like, I get it because I'm like, I've played that game, what is it? Kingdom Crusaders or Crusader Kings or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
And it's just like, that's the whole game. It's like, man, you start off with this, little bitty, little patch of land somewhere in England, and then you get enough influence to take over this next patch, and then you take over this next patch, and then next thing you know, you got the whole England. And then at that point, you can start sending people over into other countries and start marrying people to their royalty and marrying people to their royalty. Then next thing you know, you can do some finagling here, and then all of a sudden, you can forge up some way that you got a claim to their throne, and you can challenge that claim to the throne now. And all of a sudden, you got property 2,000 miles across the sea, and you ain't never even stepped foot over there all of a sudden.
Now you understand the game.
So it's like, no, I'm like, I get that. So that's why I'm like, that shit looks weird. And it's odd that, people, the mass majority of people are not acknowledging it and are not aware of it. But the people who do acknowledge it is like, they immediately get called anti-Semites. And then that becomes like, this thing that's like the worst thing that you can be called, all of a sudden, even though it's fucked up. Like who's being like racist towards anybody, but it's just like they've made it to where is that they have weaponized this word. It's like they completely just did like a complete 180 on, the look of how Jews are being looked at. It's like at one point they were looked at as like, lesser, less than. And now it's like, hey, if you look at us like that, you're the one with a problem, which is true. And, at the same time, but it's just like, they take it beyond the you're an asshole for being racist towards a person just because of their nationality or, their religion or whatever the case. And it's become like, you're the worst person in the planet. You're evil if you feel this way towards us. And it's like, I can't tell you how many times I'm watching, YouTube or the radio, and it's just like they got these damn stupid ass ads. You're just like, what do you do if you see a Jewish boy get kicked on the streets of Brooklyn? Like, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, the same thing I would do if I saw any little boy get kicked on the street. Like, I would fucking hope somebody would say something and be like, hey, why are you kicking this little kid? And just
I'm going to run up to the little Jewish kid and be like, what did you do for them to kick you?
Stupid. And it's just like, but that's obviously a joke. So
it's clear.
People are
it's
gonna
clear.
fucking
Is it?
whatever. It is. But anyway,
it is a joke.
But anyway, the point is just like, why is it they are running ads about this? Is that, I could get my own, things, but it's just like, and all these top 50, for Fortune 500 companies, it's like they all got a department that's dedicated with all government, like the government departments. They all have a section that's dedicated to like a Israel liaison or something like that. And it's just like, why does every single place have an Israel liaison in it? It's just like, what the fuck do they need to have?
Those people are sold. That's where a lot of the money come from in terms of like the bacon industry and all that.
Yeah, it's like, are we being ran by Israel? And motherfuckers just ain't
well,
even.
I put it to you like this: we being run by the money. So whoever got the money, whether that's Jewish or Russian or China or United States, is like that's who we're being run by. But Israel does have a lot of money, yes.
But do you think, we see it like with certain people that make comments about Jewish people or Israel people, and then they get smacked down by society or cancel culture so hard because they don't want you to talk about it because, hypothetically, I don't know if it's true, like they truly run everything in this world. And then now, I'm not sure if you guys seen about the, I guess the sleeper cells or, the people that getting really upset that what's going on and with the war, and then they're taking it upon themselves to do like heinous acts or, blow themselves up or attack people because of what's going on. And then they get offended if you, what's the thing they say, free Palestine and all this other stuff that's going on, but then they clearly, like, the guy didn't had like 3 AKs, in his apartment for years, and he'd been here for like 10 years, but then now all of a sudden he want to act on his impulse because of what's going on in the war, or they call them sleeper cells, the people that's been, here.
I believe in it 100%, and I believed in it when they first opened up the borders. And I was watching a Senate hearing with the head of the FBI. I can't remember dude's name right now, but they had the head of the FBI, and he was telling then, and I want to say we were probably about a year into the borders being open, and dude had said like, hey, we lost count of over 450 known terrorists coming from the Middle East. And so it's just like, okay, if y'all lost count of 450 by your so-called, I got to throw the air quotes up here, by 9/11, it only took 16 of them or 19, I'm sorry, to orchestrate what they did on 9/11, even though that's some bullshit. But that's what they said. It only took 16. Now you're saying that you lost 450.